This week,
students participate in a unique volunteer opportunity.
DECA sponsors a volleyball game,
Another episode of Classroom Cribs,
the unified bowling team,
a hockey game against Miller North, all here on the MWHS Wildcat News.
Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Evan Vaslow.
And I'm Caitlin Reynolds. The National Honor Society requires its members to complete a certain number of volunteer hours and provides them with lots of opportunities to serve. The most recent, Treats for Troops, a project where students make cookies for military members. Staff reporters Braden Stevie and Garrett Wilcoxon bring you more details.
In many ways, students are involved and try to help out their community throughout the school year. National Honor Society members participate in another opportunity, Treats for Troops. This includes students baking cookies and packaging them along with sending them to the military.
So me and my friends really enjoy baking, so this is just a really good way to give back with something that we already do every day.
Students have many options and different ways to participate in this activity, and it is something they are able to do with their friends while positively impacting others.
I heard about this opportunity through NHS, and I thought it was a really easy and fun way to volunteer because you could do it on your own schedule, and you can always freeze the cookies when you bake them, so then they're good till the due date.
Millard West National Honor Society has had this as an opportunity for many years. They continue to do this because of the feedback they get and the special impact it makes.
We get letters and emails and also some pictures from the troops. We get some stories about how much the troops appreciate it, and we hope again to get letters back this year as well.
Some students have their own reasons for participation, including a family member or someone close to them in the military.
My dad was in the military, so he's always telling me stories about how they'd receive care packages or stuff like this, and it would always brighten the troops' day. So I feel it just made me feel good, close to home.
Millard West plans to continue this activity for years on, as it's a great way to get community service hours and spend time with friends. This has been Braden Stevie and Garrett Wilcoxon with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Another fun service event last week was DECA's Heart Heroes volleyball game that pitted senior boys against each other to raise money for congenital heart disease. Staff reporters Nolan Nemitz and Christian Najakaitis bumped, set, and spike more information your way.
On Thursday, October 28th, DECA hosted a fundraiser to raise money for kids with congenital heart disease, which is the most common birth defect worldwide. The players were made up of senior boys and split up into two teams, green and black. On the green team, there was one player that stood out in the court.
Yeah, I'm 6'7". I played up in the front row most of that game, so that was kind of our plan to have me block most of the time. Can't say that for my teammates. My team was pretty short other than me. That's why they needed me, I guess.
Both teams were coached by varsity captains of the Millard West volleyball team. Sadie Millard was the coach of the green team, and Ella Hazen was for the black team, who led her team to victory.
It was sort of difficult, just trying to get all the guys together and to listen and to just listen to me and know what to do, because they obviously have never played volleyball before, so it was kind of their first time doing it. But in the end, it was super fun, and I think they had a good time too.
There was a big crowd that night, with one in the stands that was a little bit smaller. DECA sponsor Brady Hull's daughter, Tatum, was in the crowd, cheering on both teams. She was born with a rare heart disease and needed surgery at 8 months old. Any money raised during the fundraiser that night was donated to families with CHD.
It was for a good cause. The teacher had his kid there, so there's something to actually play for, and he knew he was raising a lot of money, so.
The green team was forced to do some sort of punishment, since they lost all 3 sets.
I'm wearing a dress because we lost that game. My team sucks. That's all. That's all I have to say.
This has been Nolan Nemitz and Christian Najakaitis from the MWHS Wildcat News.
Don't miss the Drama Department's musical for the year, Disney's Descendants, which will be showing through Sunday. For showtimes and to purchase tickets, follow the link located in the daily announcements.
While most fall sports are ending, the volleyball team is still going strong in the state tournament. After their win over Papillion on Wednesday, they'll be back in action tonight at 7 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll have more state volleyball coverage next week.
Unified Bowling is the first winter sport to kick off, with their first meet on October 28th. They faced off against Millard South and North in the Millard Triangular. Although they placed last, it was still a good opportunity for the bowlers to bond as teammates. Features editor Samantha Voislavic and staff reporter Riley Karamalish recap the meet.
On Thursday, October 28th, the Unified Bowling Team made their first appearance of the season at Western Bowl to compete in the Miller Triangular.
It's pretty awesome that students of all abilities get to work together. They practice together and they compete together against other schools. So it's pretty awesome to see everybody of different abilities out there.
For two seniors, the Unified Bowling Team has brought them together through their shared love for the sport.
Ivan and Brian work very well together. They complement each other and they push each other. Ivan has improved so much and Brian has helped him a lot.
Bowling together during competitions, these bowlers have found opportunities of growth from each other and have advanced to become some of the team's top bowlers.
Well, my plan is to get to districts and keep going on those. I like to bowl with Brian. He's like a leader to me.
Sukin Schmidt has helped Coach Smith for the past few years on advancing his skills and becoming a high-scoring bowler for the team.
He likes to have the energy like I do. It makes it fun. Being able to also watch them develop and grow, but being in that competition setup and getting that adrenaline rush, it really makes it a great time and a great experience.
Individually, Smith bowled 189 pins and Schmidt bowled 177 pins throughout the 6 games scored. Overall, the team placed third with a total of 2,431 points, falling short of the two opposing teams in the triangular. The team will compete again this weekend at their home invite hosted at the Mark with hopes of bringing home a victory.
This has been Riley Kramlish and Samantha Voislavic for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Staff reporters Reese Straley and Braden Stevie are back at it again with another episode of Classroom Cribs, this time visiting Ryan Mosley and Patty Mulring.
First, we headed out of the Green Mile to room 251 to Mr. Mosley's comfy crib.
Good morning, welcome to my crib. This is the first of many couches that have been brought in. And reason being, I think these chairs are uncomfortable. I can't sit in these chairs for 10 minutes without my back hurting, so I don't know how a student can do it all day. So I think it's all right to have a little bit of comfort for, people in the room, and they can still learn and they don't have to be sitting in these rigid chairs. Star Wars posters, words to live by from the great Yoda, the late and great Yoda. Try not, do, or do not. There is no try. So when if someone gets frustrated, I just kind of refer them to the wise Yoda. Ultimately, my goal is to eventually have couches surrounding the entire perimeter, get rid of some more tables and chairs because, again, they're not comfortable. Maybe get some color on the walls at some point. And I also want to get a skylight put in. So, big skylight to let daylight in because, it kind of sucks being stuck in a room all day without any daylight. So, that's my ultimate goal.
Then we headed to room 320 to Miss Mulring's cultural crib.
Bienvenue, dans ma classe. So this is the cafe that my daughter and I put in the classroom. She helped paint the brick. She created the bread and the fromage over here and took a lot of time with the detail. We wanted to bring in culture in French class because that is a big part of learning language, and it's a very welcoming feel as you come into the classroom. Throughout my cabinet area, there's even some nice watercolor paintings of sites around France. If you look up high, there's a fleur-de-lis, some Monet, the Tour de France is depicted, of course, Mardi Gras. The corner's kind of fun because there's actually a dog with a beret, and that says it all for Paris. So once you get past the mess behind my desk, there's actually pieces of culture here too as well. I have the Eiffel Tower and some puppets that depict culture like Beauty and the Beast, and some worms that we practice our French numbers with. I had a nice welcome sign from students from last year welcoming me to Millard West this year, which I really appreciate and I've really enjoyed. I even have a touch of Spanish in here for El Dia de los Muertos. So in French, we're all about culture and learning new things.
This has been Reese Straley
and Braden Stevie
with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Have a seat in your fashionable chair.
The Millard West hockey team also opened their season last week with a game against Millard North. The Wildcats won easily, starting off their season on the right skate. Joseph Edmeyer and I were at the game and have more details. As the 2021 to 2022 hockey season kicks off, things are looking a lot different than they did last year.
So this year, we're not. They're trying to take hitting out of the game of hockey, which is hard for us since we've been playing with this for so long, and having to adapt to that is pretty tough for us.
The lack of contact has sped up the pace of play, allowing for more offensive production. An increase evident in the Wildcats' first game against Millard North.
We were just able to have a lot of puck control in the offensive zone.
They put up 4 unanswered goals in the first, taking a commanding lead. The second saw more of the same, with the Cats extending their lead to 7. A Mustang goal put North on the board, but hardly put a dent in the deficit. Another pair of Wildcat goals put them up 9-1 after 2. A gracious running clock and a lack of goals let the third period fly by, and the horn sounded with the Cats still up 9-1.
We've been practicing together, getting to know each other a little bit more. Team chemistry is coming along pretty well, and that's executed for a good game.
A start this hot for the Wildcats provides a bright outlook for the rest of the season to come.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty solid team this year. We've always been a team that has been able to keep our heads up, and with that physical aspect being taken out of the sport in general, I think it'll make it a lot easier to get better scoring opportunities, despite those better teams who are a lot tougher than we.
This is Ben, Joseph Ebmeyer, and Evan Vaslow for the MWHS Wildcat News.
On October 18th, advanced journalism and yearbook classes attended the Nebraska High School Press Association's Fall Conference. At the event, Cornhusker Awards were given to the top publications of the state. The Prowler Yearbook was awarded their 10th consecutive Cornhusker. The Catalyst Online and Print also received Cornhusker Awards. The MWHS Wildcat News received a superior rating from the NHSBA.
That's it for this week. For more news, check out our website and our social media pages. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Evan Vaslow
and Caitlin Reynolds. Have a good weekend, Wildcats.